And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We always do that by bringing on expert contributors, local area business owners, sales reps, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, all types of great experts that join us on the show and help you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart here, and avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there in the community. So we got a great lineup for you today. Coming up on the program, Matt DiMaio. You've heard Matt on the show. Straight A Strategies. He's an author, teacher, and YouTuber. We've got Nick Schriver in the house, decorating Elves. At decoratingelves.com, and Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, on the show here as well. And we like to feature our real estate listings, help our sellers profit more and sell faster. As you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We're a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. 14626 Loredon Drive. This is a Seminole property, Pinellas County, $1 million listing of ours. Beautiful property here, 2 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1,330 square feet, double master layout, waterfront dock home. Fast access to the Gulf. You got your own to the Gulf of Mexico. You got your own private boat dock with bay access. Dinner, lunches, boat to dinner and lunches. Have a great time. Enjoy the 180-degree views of the Intercoastal Waterway on this truly unique property on the peninsula, right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And we're going to have a shout out as well to Golf Cart Depot, longtime friends of the program. Golf Cart Depot. Say hello to Ethan Luster and his team. They've got 2 area locations, Clearwater and Tampa. And it seems like everybody's getting a golf cart these days. I love our Keller Williams Red golf cart, so the dogs, Charlie and Cart, like to go for rides on the golf cart with us. But say hello to those folks over at discoverygolfcars.com. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, every day we like to start with a motivational minute. We've been on a motivational minute here. Today is find strength through adversity. Here's a quote from Ephesians 6:13. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything, to stand. That's Ephesians 6:13. So finding strength through adversity, right? We've all come across adversity, whether it's personal life, business life, sports. It seems you come across adversity everywhere, right? So how do you do that? You rely on your strengths. You rely on your prayer. You rely on your friends. You turn to things that are going to strengthen you versus things that are going to distract. So find strength through adversity. I love that quote out of the Bible, and that's something that you've got to control. The number one thing that you can control is the power of your focus, right? Because where your focus goes, your energy is going to flow. So make sure you're focused on that. And one more time, therefore put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything, to stand. Ephesians 6:13. Find strength through adversity. All right, let's jump into our content today. We've got Doug Levi on the line, Strategic Insurance. Hey, Doug.
Brandon, great day in Tampa Bay. Always
Yes, sir.
good to be here. Yes, sir, man.
Awesome.
Well, hey, today I wanted to talk on a few items. One, and this is kind of topical, right? Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, I think
At
it was
the
staged. I think it was all staged because their ratings. Look at their ratings; they're plummeting year after year. Nobody's watching. I think it was down to like 13 million last year, 22 million the year before. So I think it was a WWF moment. They're looking for a backup plan.
Well, look, and I'm not an Oscars fan. Okay, I'm not an Oscars fan. I only heard about it because it's kind of making a buzz right now. But here's where I wanted to highlight with insurance.
Yeah.
Right. So what insurance implications are there? Well, guess what? If Will Smith gets in a fight, if you get in a fight, if any of us gets in a fight, and then we get sued, your personal liability umbrella would come to defend you, right? So it's important. We're in a crazy day and age. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Look, Chris Rock pops his mouth off at Will Smith's wife. I don't blame Will Smith, frankly. I mean, in a way, it's like you got to pick up your wife. But while Chris Rock said he's not going to press any criminal charges, if there were any sort of a civil lawsuit or something like that, it's a great example where a personal umbrella would come in. So we highly recommend personal umbrellas for families, business owners. If you're making good income and you've got assets to protect, you need an umbrella. In general, liability umbrellas are $300-400 a year to give you $1 million of coverage. Goes over your home, goes over your autos, goes over any other assets, boats, jet skis, rental properties, and can come into play in situations just like this, right? You get into a fight, you're wrong place, wrong time, somebody tries to sue you, personal liability umbrella would kick in.
Yeah, and that's important, especially, if you're throwing business parties. I remember there was someone local here that was an attorney. He is an attorney, and had a party, had kids over, had one of those blow up slides. I can't remember if it's the kind with water or you just slide down. But a kid fell down, sued him, and rumor through the grapevine, I heard there's about $1 million, something like that, got paid out.
No doubt. There's a great example. I tell people too, if you got a pool, especially if you got a pool and you got kids, you need an umbrella, no doubt, right? So,
yep.
So these are all really, really important things. There's a lot of pools in Tampa Bay, and we've seen, I can tell you personally, Brandon, in our agency over the last 16 years, we've seen some large claims. And it's a lot of times it's accidental, a lot of times it's very sad, and it can also often be tragic, but that personal umbrella is really there to be kind of your parachute, make sure to protect you and your assets in the event of any sort of catastrophic or major claim. So that would be kind of one tip for the listeners today. And then the other thing just to mention, we've been talking about for the last few weeks because it's really grabbed the news, is, the homeowners market in Florida. So we're kind of a hot mess right now in Florida for homeowners insurance, but specifically if you've got Avatar Insurance or St. John's, you really need to get your eyes on that. Give us a call or reach out to us, TampaBayInsurance.com. We'll be happy to help because those carriers are going out of business and they're non-renewing policies. So we've been getting a lot of calls from other clients who've had Avatar specifically. St. John's actually has a plan to switch some of their policies to Slide, a new company called Slide, but very new company, very unproven. So if you've got either of those two carriers, you're really good idea to kind of get your eyes on your coverages, get your docs together, and reach out to us at TampaBayInsurance.com.
Yeah, we're talking with Doug Levi here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of Strategic Insurance, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Another great example of a local area business owner supporting a local show, local community here by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. You can reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894. Just call or text that line, 813-917-1894. Call or text. We'll put you in touch with 80 different categories of our expert contributors with all their content. And Doug does a great job of coming in and kind of educating us on the flood insurance market, the home real estate market, of course, property casualty. He opened up the show talking about these umbrella policies. And Doug, I know I referred some people over that are high net worth individuals in terms of, important jobs. And if somebody, is the breadwinner of a family and they go down with an illness, those types of things can be catastrophic for families.
Absolutely. So we're really talking about disability income insurance, right? Literally had a client of mine reach out, Brandon. It's funny you mentioned that the other day, and we have a lot of his business insurance, property and casualty, and he was asking, he said, hey, if one of my employees, let's say they don't get hurt on the job, but they get sick and they can't work anymore, is there like some kind of insurance for that? And I was like,
right,
absolutely. You're talking about short-term disability, and here's what's important to know too. If you're a small business owner, even if you're a very small business owner, remember most business owners out there have less than 5 employees. There's a lot of solopreneurs and a few people, maybe husband and wife teams and all that. We have opportunities, Brandon, where we can help people, even if there's only 2 people, it could be a husband and wife, put together, even if they can't afford major medical, like a group major medical, they can do short-term disability. We do Aflac and Allstate and Colonial. We have access to all the major players in that market where they could at least put a short-term and long-term disability plan together through their business. Get a little bit of a tax break. I'm not a tax consultant or anything, but normally you can write that off on your taxes, and know that you're adding some valuable benefits for yourself, maybe your spouse, and your employees. Same thing goes with things like dental, vision, life insurance. Those are all very reasonable and inexpensive policies that as business owners, even if you can't afford the full major medical, can be a good alternative.
Yeah, that's a great idea to add to your company's employment benefits package. It's going to strengthen your overall retention and recruitment as well. Now, Doug, one of the things that we've added also, Keller Williams Realty launched a Keller Williams, it's a free school. It's a Keller Williams Real Estate School. It's an online course, so folks out there can get licensed, have a kind of a side hustle, as we talk about with your insurance side hustling. And it comes into play for a lot of people these days. Let's face it, inflation's going through the roof. There's a lot of challenges with supply chain that's affecting businesses. It's affecting the grocery bills, affecting a lot. So people are looking for alternative methods to create income. And you talk about somewhat passive in the real estate space. They could simply, kind of talk to their hairstylist, talk to their, different people they're involved with during the day. And if they find people that are looking to buy, sell, or invest, simply just refer that name and number over. The Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, will go out and close that real estate transaction for them, and then they'll get paid a 25% commission, a referral fee in the industry is the term, just by simply making that introduction. So Keller Williams Real Estate School, it's a free online course, and then of course you got to go get licensed and finish up the test. But you've got something similar going on with that as well, and I think you were featured in a major publication for that.
Yeah, we were. So we made the cover of a magazine called Rough Notes, which is sort of like a big industry publication in our world. We're actually going to be on the cover for April. But yeah, we have insurancesidehustling.com. Love the idea that Keller Williams is doing that. The side hustle's always, certainly been a big player, big idea in the last several years. I encourage people, instead of driving Uber or Lyft, think about doing our insurancesidehustling.com platform. We can show people how to get licensed in 2 weeks. And here's just something to think about. If you could help, say, 3 to 5 families a month with their home and auto insurance, you can earn anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 in commission. So that's a pretty attainable number, right? And again, we come from the standpoint, everybody already has insurance, everybody's budgeting for it, still very much relationship-based, your neighbor, your friend, your family, your coworker, whoever it may be. We help provide all the training, the carriers, the service support. We even help run quotes for our team. We have something called Done For You quoting model, where we help our advisors and our side hustle team actually run the quotes. So we really have a real streamlined process to get people going. And if people are interested in that, they can go to insurancesidehustling, all spelled out.com. And Shelby on our team does a great job and can get people going with that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great service from the team. I've been over at the Mercedes dealership and trading it, or not trading in, but getting my car serviced, and it's like, wait, I can't find my insurance card. I jump on the phone, call Doug's office. It's like, boom, it's in your inbox. Just nice. Service is the thing that really separates a lot of our show partners and our expert contributors from the others. Some of these things that we're in, there's multiple people, there's competition, real estate, insurance, popular.
Sure.
I think the service side is really, something that differentiates your team, our team, a lot of our expert contributors as well, Doug.
Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, we appreciate that, and we'll take that compliment. We work hard at it. We train on it. We have a Clients for Life program model that we actually actively train on, where our team, we're taught we want to create Clients for Life. We talk to our clients about that, and I think it's a lost art anymore. Good service, right? We all know bad service, and frankly, I think for the show contributors and the people out there that are really going that extra mile, I love Brian Tracy says there's no traffic jam on the road to the extra mile, right?
That's right.
Kind of a little motivational play there. When you go that extra mile and you give that exceptional service, you feel good as a provider and normally able to create good long-term relationships, which is what we strive for. So. And I know you do the same on the real estate side as well, Brandon.
Yes, sir. All right, Doug.
Absolutely.
Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Find him online, TampaBayInsurance.com. He's got the InsuranceSideHustling.com. And how else would you like folks to find you, Doug?
Yeah, those are two great ways. TampaBayInsurance.com. You can go right on there, live chat with our team, and I'll leave the parting word with this, Brandon. Remember, before you slap someone, make sure you have a personal liability umbrella.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. I like it. That's good stuff right there, Doug. Thanks so much.
You guys
Appreciate
have a great day.
Enjoy.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Nick Schriver from Decorating Elves in studio. We're going to talk about his business and some local area contractor tips as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up later in the program, Matt DiMaio as well. Straight A strategies, 3 things top students do differently. And we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com. Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also do commercial real estate with the Platinum MVP team, luxury real estate, sports and entertainment. But we've got a property here at 9221 New York Avenue in Hudson. This is a 30-acre parcel of land in Pasco County in Hudson. Great opportunity to build multifamily housing. It's zoned industrial currently, so of course if you have any industrial uses, that's primary, but you could probably get it rezoned and do a multifamily residential type layout here. 30 acres, blank slate, and a great canvas there to build and develop real estate here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
And a quick shout out to Chad Irrigation. Victor and his team over at Chad Irrigation do a great job right here in Tampa Bay. Longtime friends of the program. They've helped us with a lot of our real estate properties. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. Victor, Chad Irrigation, let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, we got Nick Schriver in the house. Nick, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Good to see you, man. And so let's talk a little bit about some of the outdoor lighting. You also do the lanai, the pool area. I think that's a big area in Florida.
Yeah, so, I mean, the lanais are a huge area. They're becoming more popular. The LED technology has made that product and that availability even easier and more usable, and it's given us more options. So I'll get into that here. You know, the lanais really add an extra dimension to the outdoor space.
Yeah.
You know, so right now the weather's beautiful. There's very few bugs, right? But when we get in a few weeks from now and we start getting that, it's more muggy, it's more everything, and we all know what I'm talking about. There starts to be those bugs nicking at you and picking at you, and it's great to have that screen room. So most people have them, and then it becomes an outdoor space. Well, once it gets dark, if you don't have some other kind of lighting out there or something that makes that more enjoyable, it's just a dark room and it's uncomfortable.
Right.
So the outdoor lighting really enhances those lanais, and one of the ways that we do that is that we start using that structure to mount fixtures, right? And so you can see different options and different things. So some of the things that we'll do is if there's a really beautiful view beyond the lanai, it's very important that you don't put lighting in between where you are in the view. So one of the things we'll do is we'll put lighting on the chair rail so that we illuminate lighting down along the hardscape so you can walk, so you can see, right? And you can actually see through. So that is one of the techniques and tricks that we use to do that. Another thing that we do is if there really isn't a view, or the view is kind of the pool area in the yard, we'll put lighting on a wall sconce. And the market's really come along with RGB and other options that really make it that we can do a lot with that.
What's RGB?
So RGB is basically red, green, blue. So that's just a quick version of the ability to make LEDs change color.
Yeah.
So when we say RGBW, that means we can change color from red to green to blue to white. But really what it means is it gives us the full color spectrum, because that's how they come up with the color wheel, is by mixing different reds and different greens and different blues, and they blend those colors, which are your three primaries.
Yeah.
And then you can get pinks and purples and all kinds of shades out of that. So you can really get a lot of colors, but that's an industry buzzword. RGBW is red, green, blue, white, for how we can get full color spectrums out of LED colors.
Our pool has that. Our pool lights, we have pools on each lights on each end of the pool, and it has different settings. Kind of one's like a disco or something, so it's like your party going on, and the lights are just flashing different colors. Looks pretty cool.
So it's very common in the pool light, right, to have it inside the pool, and that's been around for a long time. Where you've got the one light at the end, or you've got maybe two or three on the sides, and you've got some kind of automation, whether it's on the device itself or on an app, where you can change the colors. And then in addition to that, you can automate it so that it can do like a fade, or it can do a function, or a switch between, or different features in the color rotations.
Right.
So when we get into these wall sconces, or we get into these down lights where we're shining light down onto the pool deck, or we're putting light on the uprights, and then we're shining it up and down, which is a really popular thing, you can actually see in some of the pictures that we have up on the live feed, we'll show some of that stuff where you're able to see a different color assets, where we can really start to turn that on and really make that look amazing. So that's one of those things where color starts to really integrate in to the outdoor environment. Now, when you're starting to put color on trees and things like that, sometimes you lose some of the benefit of the natural environment, but doing it in a lanai seems to be very popular. It seems to look really good, and is a feature that we really offer, that has become very popular, and people really enjoy it because it takes that outdoor room to another level. It makes it more usable, it makes it more fun, it makes it more friendly. And now we're starting to see the outdoor environment be a living environment, where it's now starting to be a built environment. And as that outdoor environment becomes more of a built environment, more of a living environment, you got to put lighting in it to use it when you're home.
Right.
Most of us are home in the evenings, and so we got to use that lighting to just enhance that and really make it look good.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it adds so much value to the home. I love these homes when you go in. It's got like some of these pictures. If you're watching our TV show version on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, or maybe YouTube stream, Facebook stream, you're seeing some of the pictures that our producer's putting up on the screen. It's just beautiful. I love those mixture of colors, and then you've got the water in the background. And this is, like you said, it's providing the shade during the day to a certain extent, the SPF protection, these screen rooms, keeping the mosquitoes out. But it's just so cool when you get those reflections playing off each other, the lighting, and you're adding value to the real estate. And that's what Nick Schriver with Decorating Elves can do for you as well. You can check him out online, decoratingelves.com. Decoratingelves.com. And we're coming into our next break here. About 30 seconds. Back to you, then we got to take it to break.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely that's where they can find us, is www.decoratingelves.com. And one of the things that they will find when they call us and meet out is that we can walk them through these different options. And we can show them what it would look like if they have a beautiful view and they still want good lighting out there, what it would look like if they want to have a nice meal or a nice dining setting, or what it would like if they just want the ability to entertain and enjoy that. Yeah. So we can walk them through those different settings in the lanai setting itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. All right, we're going to come back more with Nick Schriver here on the program. Plus, later in the program, Matt DiMaio. He's an author, he's a teacher, and he's a YouTuber. Going to be on the program. And follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram, Twitter, and Getter. Our YouTube channel has over 1,700 videos now. Been doing it almost 10 years on air on YouTube. Brandon Rhymes Realty on YouTube. And we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator. and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Johnny, can we go? I got Matt on the phone.
Yeah, hey, Matt.
Well, hey, Jonathan. Is this Jonathan or James?
It's Brandon.
Well, hey, Brandon.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. All right, I'm logging into the link that was just sent to me. It's hard to hear you. Now, did you... I have a dedicated lavalier microphone to use with Zoom if you want me to do that. Otherwise, I'll just stay on the phone. I'm not on speaker.
Normally the phone's better. Yeah, and then mute your other device.
Okay.
The laptop, yeah.
All right.
Yep. Did he accept? Because we don't see him yet. Did you accept? We don't see you on our end yet.
Join with video.
All right, looks like they see you now.
Well, they should. I should be coming up at... All right, and...
If anybody can turn the volume up, he said, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you, Brandon.
Okay.
All right, I'll deal with it.
Ready, Jose.
All right, in that case, everyone please stand by.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate you spending some time with us here on the radio, or maybe you're watching our TV show version. We greatly appreciate it. Reach out to the hotline. We'd love to connect with you, and we greatly appreciate all those that do call into the program and support the show by supporting our local area business owners and nonprofit organizations and other folks that are on air with us. 813-917-1894. Just call or text the hotline, 813-917-1894, and consumerqb.com is the website. And we want to give a shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Stephen and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions. It's in a safe and effective way to restore your body's nutrient levels and crucial vitamins and nutrients, enabling your body to perform at multiple and optimal conditions. And they've got Bay Area locations in South Tampa, Gandy Boulevard, Carrollwood. The best location is coming to you as well. They'll come to your home or office and hook you up with a vitamin infusion drip. So I love going in once a month and getting my vitamins into my bloodstream. It's much better than taking them orally. So Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got a hot real estate listing here, 14121 7th Street, Dade City. This is a restaurant that we have available, long-time standing business in Dade City, about 35 years or so in business, downtown Dade City. You got a one-bedroom, one-bath apartment for sale. Of course, all the real estate's included, all the furniture, all of the equipment, all of the freezers, and all the cooking equipment is available for sale. 14121 7th Street, Dade City. It's an established restaurant since 1990, and it's a great opportunity for you to buy, invest, and perfect for that entrepreneur out there. 14121 7th Street, Dade City. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
All I've got's love for Love City.
All right, let's go back here in studio. Nick Schriver in the house, decorating Elves. So, talking a little bit about the exterior, the home, and outdoor lighting and opportunities and options for homeowners. So we talked about the lanai and pool cage and backyard patio stringers and some other holiday lights that you can do, bulbs on trees.
So the backyard patio stringer is something that's also become popular in the last few years, and a lot of that has to do with the LED just making it easier to do and using less power and less energy. And so we patio stringers are beautiful. They're really great. Everybody's got them. Like a lot of the outdoor dining in St. Pete and Tampa and throughout the Bay Area has really taken that a hold, and it's really beautiful when you're down in those areas. And it really helps with that. And so a lot of people are wondering how they can create those outdoor dining environments or even bring them back into their home space. And it's relatively easy. And the big thing is it's very inexpensive. And so, obviously people can do that on their own. They can go get a DIY box from one of the big box retailers and go out on a weekend and trap them out there and, do it. And it's, it's done. They check the box. But if they really are looking for a professional to get into it, that's what we're here for, right? We're going to bring a whole nother level to it. We're going to bring a professional quality. We're going to bring a professional brand to it. We're going to give them the ability to dim it with a remote control. We're going to install all the poles. We're going to install the cabling so that, during a hurricane, they don't have to worry about it blowing down. We also know what the code requirements are. So a little public service in this category. Hanging patio stringers over open water is actually against code, National Electric Code. So there's a few people out there putting them over pool and open water and things like that. It's really not advised, and the National Electric Code says don't do it. So that's something to just be aware of. Some people go, I don't know why wouldn't we? That's really where it's beautiful. And I do agree it is beautiful, but it's kind of like getting in the shower with a hairdryer. Electric and water, they're too good of friends. You shouldn't put them together.
Yeah.
They cause problems when they're hanging out.
They don't mix.
They do not mix, right? So it's kind of like giving booze to the drunk uncle when you shouldn't.
There you go.
Something's going to get wrecked and damaged. So anyway, we can really help with that, and it's something that really helps it easy. It is one of those things, if somebody's looking for an instant change in the backyard, patio stringer is the way to go. It's like almost an immediate change.
Yeah, that's cool.
And when you put the dimmer on it, which is a feature that we bring to it, one, you'll be able to go out there, you put the dining table out there, you're out there having a meal, you're entertaining, you're having friends, it's great, the meal's over. Now you want to take that lighting level down, right? So you want to take it 3-4 notches down, maybe 50% from where it was. Now you can have cocktails, now you can have after dinner drinks, whether it's tea and lemonade or whether it's a cocktail, you can enjoy that, right? You start to set that setting, you start to create that mood. And sometimes we all need a little extra help to create that mood. You know, when we've got our significant other out there and we really just need to shake the day and get into their space and enjoy their presence, that's one of the ways to really assist that. So it's a super helpful way of doing that. Really encourage consumers to do that. It's something that really goes well there. So that's cool. That's one of the things that we do. It's one of those topics that happens in the outdoor space. One of the other things that we do well, and a lot of people go, oh, hey, you know, everybody loves the Christmas lights. They know Decorating Elves does the Christmas lights, and we do a lot of them. If you've seen a lot of Christmas lights around town, somewhere in the mix, we've had our hands on them, I'm sure, especially if they look really good. So a lot of people go, well, you know, we'd like to carry that look throughout the year, and one of those looks that we do throughout the year is where we take these oak trees, these bigger trees, and we'll outline the trees with a bigger bulb, right? And so a lot of people know that as a C9 bulb, and that's kind of what we all grew up with as our traditional Christmas light, the torpedo-looking bulb that screws in and, you know, it used a lot of energy, and now in the LED world they don't. Well, we take something similar to that. We switch it out to a bulb that looks like a racket ball. It's a little bit more round. It's kind of in that same size. We screw it in. We use the same thing. We outline those trees. We really make it look cool. And it gives you that Christmas look without it being Christmas lighting. And so that's something that we do a lot of. You'll actually see it in public settings. You'll see it, if you're ever in downtown St. Pete at night, you'll see it in Straub Park. They have it all the way throughout Straub Park. You'll see it on 400 Beach. You'll see it at Fresco's. You'll see it at some of those other beautiful restaurants down there. You'll see it along Beach, I think it's Beach Boulevard along Gulfport, which is in a downtown setting. Mm-hmm. A lot of these more outdoor dining, outdoor kind of social settings that we really enjoy have those kinds of setups. And we do that a lot in the private setting as well.
Yeah. And commercial, residential. Are you doing any industrial, like some of the big buildings that have that need for, you know, just because they're probably burning the old style, and if you come in and change it to the LED, you know, you're saving a lot of money efficiency-wise.
So if you're in downtown Bradenton, okay, if you get that way across the bridge, there's an insurance building in downtown Bradenton that we put up our permanent holiday lighting product on. It's called the Suns Insurance Building. If you guys are familiar with it down that area, now you'll notice it. And they've got 2 buildings down there, and they're actually getting ready to do a third that we're going to be adding to the mix in a couple of months. And they have a permanent outdoor lighting product, which is similar to what I just talked about. It's a little more sophisticated, but that building looks good, and those guys love it. I mean, it is there year-round. They've got different themes based on the holidays. They've got different setups based on what goes on. And so it looks really, really awesome. And you can see it from the bridges as you're approaching on 41. So it's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, good stuff. That's about our time today. Nick Schriver, decoratingelves.com. Find them online. And, of course, connect on social media.
Absolutely. We're on Decorating. We're on Facebook. And you can always find us at www.decoratingelves.com.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, we'll take a quick break here. When we come back, Matt DiMaio. He's an author, teacher, YouTuber, Straight A Strategies. And he also has 3 things top students do differently. We got Matt DiMaio coming up right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And welcome back, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, featuring our real estate listings, 4823 Ebbtide Lane. We got a penthouse available at 4823 Ebbtide Lane, number 405. This is in Port Richey, waterfront, beautiful property, Gulf of Mexico views. You're on the river, the Cody River there, and you got 270-degree views from your brand new penthouse. And the best part of this unit is the outdoor deck space, huge deck. It's about 30 by 25 space, 4823 Ebbtide Lane. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, we got our friend Matt DiMaio on the Consumer Quarterback Show, author, teacher, YouTuber. Welcome to the program, sir.
Well, I am very happy to be back, Brandon. I'm always very pleased to be a guest on your show. You always provide such tremendous value to the people here in Florida. And in talking about value, I know that the majority of your viewers and listeners are not in school themselves, but a bunch of them have kids in high school and college. And right now, college students are about to take their final exams, and I've got some really great material to be able to help them get excellent grades with less work.
I love that. I love the strategies that you've come up with. It's really your legacy that you're working on here.
Thank you. You know, in truth, there are 3 things that top students do that is different from the way most students go about studying. So normally, in about the week before an exam, most students are reviewing their notes or rewriting their notes. In fact, about 90% of all of the students are engaged in some sort of memory-based activity where they're reading things over because they're so afraid they're going to forget something. However, the truth is that most exams really are not based around how much you remember, but in reality, how you can apply what you remember. So one of the very top strategies that has been proven across the board by top students, not just here in the United States, but literally in countries all over the world, the #1 strategy is to take practice exams, to do as many practice exams as you can. In fact, if you were to track the top 10% of all of the students that use and do practice exams and compare it, you would see a direct correlation between those students that do practice exams in terms of their high grades compared to everybody else.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why is that, Matt?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, it forces people to get the information out. There's really 2 things that it does. Number 1, it forces the student to confront what they really do and don't know in terms of their ability to solve problems, answer a question, put together a thought. The other thing is that it also allows a student to confront the information that they're a little bit shaky on, so that this way they can go back and review that information to be able to bone up on it. Now, this is not just a haphazard thing. As a matter of fact, on a study that was done in 2020 for higher ed teaching strategies, John A. Touris published a paper that showed in the three different courses that he was teaching, government, economics, and law, that 90% of all of the students tested got an average of 15 percentage points higher as a result of taking practice exams. And there's a couple of different ways that you can get practice exams, which I'll cover with you in just a moment.
Yeah.
You have
I like that. That's a great idea.
So there's a few ways that students can get practice exams. Of course, number one is if they're in the textbook, make sure you do those. Number two is ask the teacher or ask the professor. Number three is something that people don't realize very often, and that is you can go online and do a search and just type into the search bar practice exams for, and then type in the subject matter that you're studying. For example, in my recent YouTube video on my channel, Be Smarter, Faster, I did a variety of searches. One is on Anatomy and Physiology 1, another one on economics, another one on engineering, more on math. And so whatever subject that somebody is studying, there are practice exams that are available. And not just for college students either, but also for every grade level. And get this, this is something that your audience will be interested in. If they are taking any sort of adult certification, if they're going for their real estate licensing exam, for example, or life insurance or health insurance, if you've got people in the investment field that are going for Series 6 or Series 7, even something as simple as a commercial driver's license, the CDL, any sort of licensing exam, you can get practice exams online to be able to bone up on the material, and even if the questions are not identical, it'll give the viewer, the participant, enough information that it'll dramatically help their ability to perform on that exam. So that's the first of the three tips. But I want to give you a chance to feed back on that a little.
Yeah, and that's can be applied to a lot of different areas, like you're saying, especially with Keller Williams. We just launched a real estate school. It's a free online course, and this is a pretty cool gig for people. Side hustle. You can do Keller Williams Real Estate School for free. Then you get licensed. You got to do your fingerprints and, of course, pass the state exam. But once you do that, then you're able to basically just refer business in as a side hustle. You could refer the name and then phone number and simply get a 25% referral fee just by providing that name and phone number to the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. So, yeah, I imagine in your travels and everybody you talk to, Matt, you've come across people that are trying to get licensed for a particular, whether it's stocks or insurance or real estate, and you've helped them with these strategies also.
Absolutely. And you make a good point that there's all these advantages in being a real estate agent, especially in a hot market like here in Florida, but none of it matters unless they can get licensed.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the second of the three strategies that top students do is that they are able to discipline themselves. They have self-discipline and self-motivation. Right. Now, people throw those words around very easily, but in its simplest terms, self-discipline is really this: do what you're supposed to be doing, and stop doing what you know you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of focus. Now, when you focus, that means you're going to eliminate your distractions. So a lot of kids, a lot of us, my viewers, write to me and say, they're addicted to screens, which is a kind of a new way of thinking. They're addicted to the screen on their phone or their laptop or their iPad. And this has become a real problem. Well, you can't study effectively if you've got all these other distractions that are, occupying some of your brain power.
Right.
So just take your phone, turn off the ringer, put it face down so you're not getting any texts, you're not getting any calls.
Yep.
And just do that for a little while. Because what focus does is it multiplies your brain power without using any more energy. And I use this as an example. Think about this. As kids, we would take a magnifying glass and go out into the backyard, and we would burn leaves or little bits of paper. And I know some people would burn ants. And when you really think about it, what you're doing is with that magnifying glass, You're using the energy from the sun and you're focusing it down to a pinpoint and you're multiplying its power. Now, you're not using any more energy. There's no more sunlight than you had before.
Right.
The difference is you're focusing it, and what that does is it multiplies the end result. It multiplies the power. Well, your brain works the same way. When you eliminate the distractions and focus on what you're doing, you get much better results. Do what you're doing while you're doing it.
I want to add something in there, too, and this is something that I come across with people in my sphere, is when you're studying, whether it's a kid, adult, real estate, high school, college, when you're listening to music, is your brain is being distracted by the words or the harmonies and the melodies, etc. Is that, if you're going to listen to music, I've heard it said, listen to classical music or something along those lines. Or is it better just to have it, like you were saying, zero distractions, nothing else going on except the power of focus?
Sometimes having music on in the background can be very helpful. And whether it's classical or something else, if it's instrumental, it'll be better for you.
Right.
Because it's less distracting. You're not focusing, or you're not listening to any of the words. You're not singing along with the song.
Right.
And so whatever the style of music is, now, this would really take me off on a tangent, but there's actually something that was developed for the Bulgarian secret police that was called the Lazanov method. Here in the United States, it was Americanized, and it's called super learning, where they actually use music played at 16 beats a minute, and you're able to repeat information four different ways using this very slow Baroque type classical music. And it creates almost like a computer input directly into your brain. But that's going to be a topic for another segment. But before I run out of time here, let me get to the third of the three things that top students do. So we talked about take practice exams. We talked about eliminate distractions and be self-disciplined. But the third thing is to be organized with your time. A lot of times what students will do is they'll create a schedule for themselves, but they don't stick to it. And one of the big reasons that they don't stick to it is all they've got on their schedule is the stuff that they don't like. All of the classes, all of the studying, all of the homework. Well, top students, it's been shown, will also include on their written schedule things that they like. When are they going to go on a date? When are they going to go to the pool or shoot pool or hang out with their friends?
Right.
And by putting those on their schedule, they now have segmented out those activities that they enjoy doing. And what that does is it helps them stay on their schedule better because they know where the reward is for doing the hard work. And so if students just do those big three things, number one, take lots of practice exams. Number two, be self-disciplined. Get focused, turn off the distractions. And number three, give themselves little rewards that are written into their schedule. You will see, and they will see, an immediate and significant increase in their grades. If you do what the top students are doing, you'll get the top grades that the top students are getting.
That's right. You model the expert. You model people that have done it. If you want to be the millionaire, you do what the millionaire does. You focus on the top three. So take practice exams, of course. Yeah, let's get as many questions in. Let's get as many of those as we can. Number two was self-discipline, the ability to make yourself do what you should do, whether you feel like it or not. Too many times people let their feelings get in the way. And then number three was be organized. Have a calendar. It's so easy today to use different calendars or apps to be organized. Matt, where do they find you at? Be Smarter Faster on your YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/Be Smarter Faster, because I teach people how to be smarter faster.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brandon.
Hey, good stuff. Matt DiMaio, Consumer Quarterback Show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback. Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Thanks, man. Until next.